Hey everyone, my name is Monroe Mann with Breakdiving, joined today with Bhavya in New Jersey and Shemaine in Zimbabwe. Shemaine is just on audio and is going to be listening in. And we're going to continue our discussion of Steve Nison's The Candlestick Course book and picking up exactly where we left off because that's been a busy week and a half and I have not done any reading whatsoever further in the book. So we're gonna do that together and read the next chapter, which is Long Real Bodies, the Consummate Storytellers. But before we do that, and especially also because Shemaine's here too, and also because I've kind of forgotten about a lot, let's just go back and do a quick review of every chapter. And we'll just go through this quickly. So if you guys are looking for the first time, you'll get a review as well. So we went through here, the introduction. So basically, and Bobby, you can chime in if there's anything I missed or forgot, but just a quick summary. The candlestick charts came from Japan. The whole purpose of it is to help tell you the direction of the next direction of the market. You can't look at one of them and make a decision. You have to look at a number of them in a row, and that's what is going to help you determine whether you can make a trading decision. And you cannot make a trading decision while a candle is being formed. You have to wait till the candle time period that you've chosen is done so that you can actually make a decision, because something could change in 2 seconds and boom, the whole candle shape is changed. So we're going how the we just talked about kind of all these things here. All right, let's move to the next chapter, which is candlestick construction. So you have the real body, which is the thicker part. A white real body means that it closed higher than it opened.
Yeah.
A black real body is that it closed lower than it opened. If there's an upper shadow, it means there was a lot of buyer price movement that pushed it up temporarily. But then it got pushed down again by the bears, by the sellers. If there's a lower shadow, it means it got pushed down initially by the sellers, the price, but then it got pushed back up by the buyers before it closed. You agree, Bhavya?
Yes, I agree. Yeah.
Okay, so let's go to the next chapter. You can see this here. So we have a real body, white and black. Also, the other reason why I wanted to go over this, I realized is if you don't, like anything, it's like a foreign language. If you don't practice it, you forget it.
Yeah.
So I figured let's do a review so that we make sure that we remember everything. All right, next is, and by the way, Shemaine, you should go ahead and read through this and do these quizzes. The quizzes are very helpful, and that's great, is that he has an explanation for each one here. So you can actually check your knowledge. Section 3, basic market strategies, and let's keep going. Okay, so spinning tops, high wave candles, hammer, hanging man, shooting star. No, I had a piece of paper here. Let's see if here, I do. I got it. Awesome. So a spinning top means indecision.
Yep.
And a spinning top simply just means it's a very tiny real body. And it basically means that there's indecision. That's because the price isn't going up or down during that period, so people don't know what to do. Next is the high wave candle, which is a spinning top with a very big upper and lower shadow. And that means total confusion because it opened very close to the close, and in the middle it was going up and down all over the place, and it ended basically where it started.
It's kind of tug of war between buyers and bears, right? Bulls and bears, yeah.
Bulls and bears are fighting it out. Yeah. So next is the hammer. So this is always on a downtrend, and it's a bullish signal, and it basically looks like as if you're holding a hammer like this, right?
Yes.
And so if there's a downtrend and then you see this with a long lower shadow and a small real body. Actually, can the real body be any size? It doesn't matter how big it is, right?
Yeah, but its lower shadow should be 2 times its real body
Oh,
size. Yeah.
okay. So depending on how big the real body is, the shadow needs to be longer.
Yeah.
Okay, good. And that's generally a buy signal.
Mhm.
Hanging man is the exact same. It looks exactly the same, right?
Yes.
But it's on an uptrend. So the price
Mhm.
of the stock or whatever is going up, and then you see this up at the top. That's bearish. Then unlike
Yes.
the hammer, you actually need confirmation through the next candle to determine if it actually is going to start dropping.
Yes. It should close. Next candle should close below the hammer. No, hanging man close. Open, close. Yeah.
So after the hanging, if the hanging man closes at 20, then you
Mhm.
want to make sure that the next candle closes below 20
Yes.
to determine that
Yeah.
the market is going to shift and go back down.
Right.
Next, we have a shooting star, which is the opposite.
Mhm.
Looks like this with the real body at the bottom and the, what do you call it?
Upper shadow.
A long upper shadow. And if you have an uptrend and then you see a shooting star, that's an immediate signal that things are reversing, probably.
Mhm. Mhm.
And okay, so that's that part. Let's move
Yeah.
on. We
Good
covered all.
demonstration, Monroe.
What's that?
I said good demonstration
Yeah,
about
I'm
that.
glad I had these two props here, right? Okay, next is, I think, the Doji. Yeah, so the Doji. So I forget what a Doji is. Is a Doji even smaller? Oh, it's when the opening and closing prices are the same.
Right.
So it looks like a cross. So it's a form of a spinning top, but it's even more precise in the fact that the opening and close are exactly the same, not just close.
Mhm.
Let me write that down. Doji equals open and close exactly the same. Okay.
Market is in complete balance with the supply and demand. Doji indicates, yeah.
But it's complete balance between supply and demand, but it also represents complete indecision.
Indecision. Yeah.
Yeah. Indecision. Okay. Let's see. They're extremely valuable at calling market tops and sometimes showing market bottoms. Let me write that. Let me see. Great at showing market tops. So-so at bottoms. The house next door got demolished because it was really old, and now there's a big construction company there, and they're like using like 27 things. They're dropped literally every 3 minutes. Everything shakes. Like I'm thinking of Surfside in Miami, thinking every time it shakes, this place is becoming less and less secure. Maybe we're gonna. So anyway, if all of a sudden you see me, if you see this, then you know that I'm not available. All right, and so here are the different dojis: long-legged doji, dragonfly doji, gravestone doji, northern and southern. I want to write those down. Let me see. Long-legged dragonfly. If you're watching, you should be taking notes too. Gravestone, gravestone, northern and southern. Southern. Okay. I forget what all of these are, so we're gonna have to read. Dragonfly doji forms with the. What is a long-legged one? Where's long-legged? Does it say about
Upper
long?
and lower shadow. I think it should go down.
Maybe it's slower.
Yeah.
Okay. Dragonfly with open and closure near the top. It emits bullish implications. Okay. Pay attention when you see the dragonfly emerging during declines that have become oversold. Normally doji and declines are not important, but the dragonfly doji is an exception. The bearish counterpart is the gravestone. Okay. Looks like a tombstone. Got it. The gravestone doji's strong point is in calling top reversals. So top reversal equals a gravestone doji. Okay. And next, oh here, a doji with a long upper and lower shadow is called a long-legged doji. Okay. All right. Maybe let's go over these questions again for the doji.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah,
Before
that's good.
just to make, I just want to make sure I completely understand this before we
Okay.
go on to the next section. So we'll go back and forth. What you do you do the odd questions. I'll do the evens.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Open and close are the same. The first one, A.
You have to read it, and then say in the
A
answer.
doji is a session in which the open and close are the same.
Okay, good. I agree. What does a doji signal? Bulls or bears are in stalemate. C.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
Okay, your turn.
If a spinning top has a very small real body, it has the same implication as a spinning top. Very small real body. Yes, as a doji.
Doji.
Yeah.
That's what we said before. The doji is a spinning top that's just smaller.
Yeah.
All right, 4. For a dragonfly doji, the blank represents the open, high, and close. The high of the session represents the open, high, and close.
For dragonfly doji. Yeah, right. Open, high, and close, eye of the session. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Okay, 5.
The doji in a rally is dash a sell signal. Sometimes, always, never, none of the above. In a rally.
Well, that's a
sometimes.
tough one.
Yeah, I think sometimes.
Doji in a rally.
Because it depends on the other signals, like if it's in an overbought area or
let's check 5.
Resistance area, then it's a right. Yeah.
Yeah, a doji is more effective if it appears in an extended rally.
Okay.
Its signal is even more powerful if it appears at a resistance level. Okay, so 5, 6. For a gravestone doji, I don't think we did these questions last time, did we?
We did.
We did?
Yes.
Don't even remember. For a gravestone doji, she's like,
it's been 2 weeks. That's why. Yeah, mostly.
For a gravestone doji, the low of the session. Oh, sorry, I did that one. You were supposed to do. No, I'm even. For gravestone doji, the low of the session is the open, low, and close. Okay, number 7.
Yes. As a hammer's real body gets smaller, it will ultimately become a hammer. Ultimately become dragonfly doji.
Good. Yeah, I agree. As a shooting star's real body gets smaller and smaller. As a shooting star's real body gets smaller and smaller, it will ultimately become a gravestone doji. C. Okay,
I agree. Yes. Yeah. 9. A spinning top is to a long real body as a dash is to a spinning top. A spinning top is a long real body. Okay. Inverted hammer. Yeah. D. Doji. Doji is to a spinning top. Yes.
Top is to a long real body as a.
Yes.
Doji is
to a spinning top. Doji to a spinning.
Yeah, it's just a smaller version.
Yes.
Good job. You did very well with that. Honestly, even with I'm a native speaker of English, and I was having trouble and you got that immediately. Good. A doji is in an uptrend is called a
doji in an uptrend.
Northern doji.
Yes. Right.
Okay. 11.
Northern doji are most effective when the doji is in the middle of the trading range. The market is very overbought. The doji appears as a resistance area, both B and C. I go with both B and C.
It is very overbought. The doji appears at a resistance area. 11. Let's just look at 11. D. Good. All right. So we'll go over the answer later.
Mhm.
Okay. 12. Use exhibit 2.9 to answer the following questions by filling in the blanks. A,
Mhm.
which is a gravestone doji? 2, which is a long-legged doji? 1, which is a
Mhm.
dragonfly doji? 3.
Yes.
Okay,
That's
number
right.
13 for you.
Exhibit 2.10 shows a doji and a downtrend. Okay, should you pay attention to this doji? Yes, because the doji isn't confirming its support level. Yes, because doji work well in short-term downtrends. Yeah, I'll go with the A. Yes, because the doji is confirming its support level.
Okay, I agree. Let's just check. 13, 13A, yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
14. Exhibit 2.11 shows doji following a tall white candle. Assuming this is a daily chart, at what price would the market have to get above to be considered a bullish breakout? Oh yeah, this is the one that we talked. I remember this one, but I don't remember the answer. Let's see. One
Okay.
more. Assuming this is a daily chart, okay, at what
Mhm.
price would the market have to get above to be considered a bullish breakout? I think, let's see, a close A is a close over 2, B a close over 3, C an intraday move over 3, D a close over 4. Um,
What price would the market have to get above to be considered a bullish breakout? Okay.
I would thought it would be above, let me see, it was exhibit 2.11. Yeah. I thought it would be like above this part right here, but that's not even a choice. So I'm guessing it needs to be 2
Yeah.
here.
Yes, I agree. It's about 2 because in this scenario, the resistance would be which, like when it's a long real body and a doji, we should consider the whichever is the higher closes would be the resistance.
Oh, which is the 2? So that is the
Yeah.
resistance. Okay.
Mm.
I got it. Okay. Your turn.
Match the patterns shown in exhibit 2.1 with their candlestick terms. Okay. First one, uptrend. Okay. Hanging man. Uptrend. Yeah. 1. Okay. Shooting star.
No. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Number 1. Yeah. Hanging man. Yeah. Shooting star. Number 3. High wave candle. Number 5. Hammer. Number 2.
Wait, you think what's number 3 is a,
Number 3 is a shooting star.
yes.
Yes. I wave candle is number 5 and hammer is number 2. Northern doji is number 4 and southern doji is number 6.
Cool. Great.
Mhm.
All right. So let's just go over this review and then we'll
Yeah,
do the
we
next chapter.
finished within, we're so expert, you know.
Yeah,
We
we're
finished
getting
within
very good at
5,
it.
10 minutes. Yeah.
So Shemaine, if I know you're listening over there, if you don't understand a lot of this stuff, don't worry.
Mhm.
Literally, I mean, Bobby and I've been doing this. Bobby's been doing it much longer
Yeah.
time than me, months. And we've been doing this like this is our 4th or 3rd
Yeah,
or
fourth
4th
one.
meeting
Fourth.
now.
Mm.
And every time we do it, we're basically reviewing and stuff. So it's probably confusing because you haven't been here and you haven't read all of the chapters up to here. But just keep going, keep following along. Doji is a market in state of tradition. Transition, we got that. Doji is indecision. Okay. Although ideally its opening and closing are the same, it doesn't have to be. So it says compare a near doji day to recent action. If there are a series of very small real bodies right nearby, then don't view it a near doji as significant because there are so many. Okay. We know what the dragonfly is. A doji is more effective if it appears in an extended rally or uptrend. I think it's even more powerful if it appears at a resistance level. Gravestone has more bearish implications. A hammer becomes a dragonfly as the open and close get closer together. The gravestone has an open, low, and close at the low. We talked about that. Spinning, this is that analogy. Spinning top has a smaller real body than a long real body, and a doji has a smaller real body than a spinning top. Okay, good. Let's go here, 11. When a doji appears in the middle of the trading range, I suggest you ignore it. Doji, like most candlesticks, are reversal indicators. Therefore, you need a trend to reverse. So if you're in a lateral market, a box range, there's no trend to reverse, okay? And we talked about the growth send, the long-legged, dragonfly, okay, 13. Okay, and we got those. All right, great. So now we're gonna go, what do you see? We got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, small chapter, like.
Yeah, I love it. I love how all of his chapters are small. You know what's great? The chapters are so small, and yet the questions are so complicated. Like if you look at all the questions and you think there's no way I could learn how to answer these just in 3 pages, but but he does a really good job.
Yes.
All right, so in the previous sections, we focused on single candle lines that incorporate small real bodies. The small real bodies project indecision, especially at support and resistance areas. Now we're going to switch gears and talk about long real bodies. So they can also display strong signals when they touch support and resistance zones. Okay. So we're going to learn that the market sentiment that underpins long bodies, bullish and bearish belt holds, the importance of belt hold lines, how belt hold lines add to your money management skills, and the significance of upper and lower shadows on all candles. We're going to learn bullish belt hold, bearish belt hold, white opening shaven bottom, black opening shaven top, belt hold candle line, and the blow off. Woo! Okay. A candle chart displaying small real bodies at the culmination of an uptrend or downtrend, or even intermediate moves to the upside or downside, indicates the bulls and bears are fighting in a dead heat. Okay, the flip side of that, of the small bodied candle line reversals, which include all that we just discussed, spinning tops, high wave candles, doji, are single candle lines incorporating long black or white real bodies. These are called belt holds. This exhibit 2.13 illustrates the bullish belt hold. It's a tall white candle that opens on or near the low of the session and closes at or near the high of the session. When it appears in a decline, it forecasts a potential rally. When it appears during an ascent, it keeps the bull trend intact. Okay. Here we've got a bullish belt hold because it opened low and then it closed towards the high of the session. Here's a bearish belt hold because it opened at the low of the at the high of the session and then closed here at the low of the session, which shows that the bears are winning.
Yeah.
A belt hold line. The Japanese say a single arrow is easily broken, but not 10 in a bundle. So it is with volume in candles. Volume is a significant component of market psychology. Strong volume fuels a security's move to the upside or downside and even helps to confirm trends. Conversely, a security's move up or down on low volume will often fail as investor conviction is lacking. A bearish belt hold has significant power in foretelling a trend reversal if it opens near resistance, then falls to close at or near the close many points down, fed by strong volume. Conversely, a bullish belt hold that rises off support on strong volume has more fuel to initiate an uptrend if it forms on high volume and closes at or near the high of the session. So as you can see in exhibit 2.13, the bearish belt hold, we just looked at that right here, is a long black candle that opens at or near the high of the session, then tumbles lower as the session unfolds. This may form a top reversal. Generally speaking, the longer the height of the belt hold candle line, the more important is the signal it gives. It makes sense because an extended range culminating in the session's closing at the opposite end from the opening means that either the bulls or the bears dominate that session. As you can see by the support and resistance lines in exhibit 2.13, belt hold lines that appear at prior support or resistance areas are extremely valuable signals since they increase the chances of a reversal. Belt hold lines also gain value as a reversal signal when they have not appeared regularly on the chart's recent time frame. Okay. So they can play an important role in money management principles. Say you're long and your stock rises nicely in an uptrend, soon a doji or spinning top appears, then a bearish belt hold forms. The doji was a warning to scale back on longs, but the bearish belt hold completely confirms the reversal and can signal a time to consider closing your entire position and taking profits.
Okay.
Or in my case with SDC, taking losses.
Mm.
The reverse scenario occurs if you're holding a short position in the context of a downtrend. Perhaps the decline slows and a bullish belt hold forms at a prior support area. You may choose to cover part or all of your position, thus preserving your gains. So maybe I'll find a bullish, I'd like to find a bullish belt hold.
Yeah.
Show that it's going to skyrocket.
Right.
$47 per share. That would be very nice.
That would be great. Yeah.
Not going to happen, but
if you keep it for a long time, never know.
maybe could.
Yeah.
While we're on the subject of shadows, trend lines drawn on a candlestick chart are drawn the same way as they are in a bar chart, by connecting a session's lows for a support line and a session's highs for a resistance line. There, the top of the upper shadow and bottom of the lower shadow are the areas used for trend lines. Okay. How much? Okay, well, four more paragraphs. We've explored the size of real bodies thoroughly in previous pages, but the upper and lower shadows, or lack of them, also tell a story. In the last section, we looked at the long lower shadows of hammers and the long upper shadows of shooting stars. The long lower shadow of the hammer echoed the fact that at some time during the session, the market had sold off sharply. But by session's end, the market had regained all the ground lost and closed at or near the high. Okay. In other words, the long lower shadow visually shows that the market had rejected lower price levels. A long upper shadow, such as in a shooting star, illustrates a market that tests and then rejects higher prices. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Likewise, if there's a tall white candle that also has an extended upper shadow, that upper shadow offsets some of the bullish implications of the tall white candle. Okay. Conversely, the bearish implications of a long black candle are mitigated by a long lower shadow. Consequently, when analyzing candle lines, one should consider both the real bodies and shadows. So that's why a hammer is really a bullish symbol, because it has a long, long lower shadow, which was rejected. And it ended up closing high. So,
yes.
Conversely, imagine that you see a market stabilizing at prior lows or a support zone, then stabilize. At that time, many of the shadows develop with definable long, lower bullish shadows, despite the size of the real body. That tells you that buyers are accumulating each time the price comes down to that. Let me read that again, I'm sorry. Imagine you see a market stabilizing at prior lows or a support zone, then stabilize. At that time, many of the shadows develop with definable long bullish shadows, despite the size of the real body. That tells you that buyers are accumulating each time the price comes down to that support level. So you might monitor that stock for a possible basing move and subsequent long entry if and when it penetrates resistance on long volume. Do you understand that paragraph at all?
Not very clearly.
I don't understand.
I think we have to really
see a market stabilizing at prior lows. Okay, so it's going down and the prior low is $77 and now it's going horizontal at 7. So now it's stabilizing at 7. At that time, many of the shadows develop with definable long, lower bullish shadows, despite the size of the real body. It tells you that buyers are accumulating each time the price comes down to that support level.
Okay. Yeah, it makes,
people are buying and then it goes back up to that 7.
Yeah.
Okay, you'll learn how powerful single candle lines can be. When they're developed near support or resistance, they're even more potent. Next, we'll study candle patterns. These patterns constructed of 2 or more candle lines give great powerful signals. Okay, so, and some of those are dark cloud cover, tweezers, and 3 white soldiers.
Okay.
Great. In the modern world of the woke world, 3 white soldiers, that's racist. You never understand my humor, Bobby. All right, check your understanding. Questions for
Ah,
two. So we'll do the same thing. You do the odds, I'll do the evens, okay? How many questions do we have?
okay,
We have 10 questions. Okay, go ahead. Number one.
10 questions. Okay, fine. Yeah. What is a bullish belt or line? A tall white candle with a long upper shadow, long lower shadow, a tall white candle with the same open and close, a tall white candle that opens near the low of the session and closes or at near the eye of the session. I'll go with that. D.
D. Tall open near the low and close near the high. Tall white candle opens near the low of the session and closes at or near the high of the session. Yes, I agree. So what is a bearish belt hold line? Well, we know what that is. I'll just go with A. A long bar that opens at the high of the
Smart,
session
yeah.
and closes at or near the low of the session. 3.
Okay. 3. What does a bearish belt or line become more significant? When does a bearish belt or line becomes more significant? When the major trend is sideways, when the major trend is up, when the belt or is near resistance, when the belt or is near support. Bearish belt hold, right? Okay, when the belt hold is near resistance, I would say C.
I agree. I think so too. Resistance. The longer the higher the belt hold candle line, the blank signal it gives. The longer the height of the belt hold candle line, I think the more important B, the signal it gives. Yes, do you agree?
The longer the height of the belt hold candle line dash the signal it gives. Height of the belt hold candle. Less important, more important. Yeah, I agree. B.
B, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Your turn. 5.
Yes. Yeah. On a candlestick chart, what points do we use to draw a support line? On a candlestick, what points do we use to draw a support line? From the top of the real bodies, from the bottom of the lower shadows, from the top of upper shadows. What points do we use to draw support line? I think from the bottom of the lower shadows.
So support is at the lower end, right?
Mm-hmm.
Support is always at the lower end. So you said
Yes, support is low.
so the lower shadows, right?
Yeah.
I think I agree with you. Yeah.
I think maybe we have to read that. Yeah.
The smaller the real body. I guess we can check. That's 5.
Mm-hmm.
D. Did we say C? We connect the lows of the lower shadows.
Yes. Yeah. We said that. I said
Is that
that.
what we
Yes.
said?
Mm-hmm.
5. Oh yeah. Okay, good. The smaller the real body, the D, the less the force behind the move.
Mm-hmm.
7.
Yeah. Imagine you held 500 shares of XYZ as short position. Short. Okay. The stock moved down in a sharp decline until it neared the same price zone as the most recent low. At that support point, it rallied, forming a bullish belt hold. This candle formation suggests that you should short position, add your short position, wait for S&P 500.
It's a short position.
I think cover at least part of your short position.
Yeah, I'd say cover at least part of your short position. Good. Let's just check 7. A, yep.
Mm-hmm.
A series of long lower shadows as the market is descending. Long lower shadows as the market is descending. Strength and solace for a bearish scenario. This is, I think it's A because that's that situation where it keeps going low, but it keeps coming back up. Do you think it's A too? All right, I'm gonna scroll down and see if it's A. 8 is C. So I got that one wrong. I said A, but it was C. A series of long lower shadows as the market is descending shows that the market is descending reluctantly. Interesting. Okay. 9, your turn.
When analyzing the signal candle line, one should consider only the real body, the upper and lower shadows, the real body and shadows, the real body and the upper shadow. Okay. One should consider C.
Yeah, you gotta look at everything. Yeah. Okay, in exhibit 2.14, what is the market telling us? Okay, so we've got 3 shooting stars in a row, it looks like. The trend is fully up as shown by the higher highs. The trend is slightly lower due to higher lows. The trend is neutral. The trend is mostly higher, but caution is warranted due to long upper shadows. I'm guessing D. What do you think?
Long upper shadow. Yeah, I'd go with D.
D? All right, let's find out. Let's 10D. Hey, good, we got it. All right, let's review these. A bullish belt hold line is a tall white candle that has very little no shadows. A bearish belt hold line is a long black real body that also has small or non-existent upper or lower shadows. They also needs to close near the bearish one needs to close near the low of the session. Okay, a bearish belt hold line displays added bearishness when it confirms a resistance area by opening near the resistance and plunging lower into the close. The wider the price of the belt hold candle, the more important the signal it gives. Okay. We draw a support line, we connect the lows of the lower shadows, just as we connect the lows on a bar chart. This brings out an important point about candle charts. Because they use the same data as a bar chart, we use the same techniques on a candle chart as we do in a bar chart, including an indicator as basic as a trend line. One of the major attributes of candle charts is that they serve as a quick visual clue, telling you whether the bulls or bears are in control. When you see a tall white candle, the bulls are in charge. Tall black real bodies, bears are in charge. A spinning top suggests the market is undecided. When you're holding a short position and wish to retain your profits, consider converting all or part of your short position when a bullish belt hold appears at support. A tall lower shadow shows that the market is rejecting the lower prices of this session. Okay. See, the real body is called the essence of the price movement because of all the information it provides. But shadows are also an important aspect, so you should look at all of it. And although the market is ascending, as shown by higher highs and higher lows, the consecutive long upper shadows tell us that the bulls cannot hold on to control in the close of the session. This should make one more cautious about following a fully bullish stance. So let us go to yahoo.finance.com again. Is that the right? Maybe it's finance.yahoo.com. There we go. And let's just look at SDC because I own some SDC.
Okay.
Let's see if we can find out based on what we know so far. If it's gonna, oh gosh, it's at $6.90 now. Not good. So let's look at 1 month. Where's we want to look at the whole chart. How do it full screen? Okay. And then
We should do the day, I think, range one day.
where's the first thing we need to find the candles?
Line there on top. Right, yeah, candle. That's on the day, okay. On, June 14th near, there is a long shooting star.
Wow. Look at
From
that.
there, yeah, the price dropped and dropped. And,
Pretty wild. Uptrend,
Mm.
shooting star, collapse. And
and
let me see. What do we want to find? I want to see if there are any long real bodies.
yeah, there
Right
is
here,
a
this one right
green,
here.
yes, yeah.
This one is then a bullish belt hold.
And there is a bearish also next after 2 sessions, 3 sessions.
This one here.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a bearish belt hold. Here's another bearish belt hold.
Mm-hmm.
And how much was it at that point? What? Oh yeah, this was at $13. That infamous $13 range.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Let me see if we do 1 month now.
Okay.
So this is 1 month, and what do we see? Bearish
Belt hold, yeah.
belt hold right there.
Mm-hmm.
And to some extent, that's a bearish belt hold, and so is that. It's not. It has a tail, but it's still a large body. There's another bearish belt hold. All I can see is there are a lot of bearish belt holds for this.
Yeah. See, especially here.
So
Yeah.
5 days. And look at this: short-term bearish, mid-term bearish, long-term bearish. I don't know. Oh, remember I said I'm going to sell it if it gets to 6?
Yeah.
They recommend what your stop loss should be. That's pretty cool.
That's
$6.
cool. But why they are doing this at 6.14? Where's the resistance at? Do you have a resistance at 6.14? Wow. Not sure. It's a 6.82 there.
This is today. This is 5 days.
Yeah.
So let's go in a little bit tighter. So yeah, look, there's another bearish belt hold, followed by another bearish belt hold, followed by another bearish belt hold. Look at that. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. And same thing, 3 in a row. Well, that's a spinning top kind of, but there's 2 bearish bolt. That's a monster sized bearish bolt hold. I keep trying to say bulldog, but it's belt hold, a bullish belt hold.
Yeah.
A bullish bulldog. It'd be easier just to call it a bulldog. Belt hold, blah, 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 blah. All right, so there were a number of them here as well. And let's see, 1 day today. Okay. Belt hold, belt hold, belt hold, belt hold, belt.
All bearish, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But still, there is a bullish as well to this.
Yeah, so if we're just looking at this.
There is a strong support there. Can you see that line where it's, yeah,
like
6.8. Not that line. I would consider that lower shadow one, the one.
This one, right?
That one, yeah. 6.8, no, 8.2 or somewhere, yeah, around 8.1 or, yeah. 6.81, yeah.
6.81. And it's 6.9 right now. So we've got support there, yeah. And then And then if we look at the trend line since 10 a.m., if we just compare, as I said, you use the lower shadows. So right here, whoop, can you draw on this? Does it give you a drawing tool? Draw, yeah. So, oh, I thought I said, oh. How annoying, it won't let us draw from the bottom of the lower shadow, which is how you draw the trend line. It only lets you grab from here. Oh, there it did. It finally did it. Okay, then to that one. So it looks like the trend is going up for today at least.
Yeah, for today.
Going back up above. So that's interesting. Let's look at, where's the quote lookup? Let's look at Microsoft. We were looking at that. Okay. So this is today. So let's see if we see any. So we saw a bearish belt hold right here, followed by that's by a hammer. So it did go up, but then we have a spinning top, didn't know what to do. Would you call this what would you call this, a shooting star or what? Or was that a bearish belt hold?
It's not a shooting star. Yeah, you can say it's a bearish.
So we have one bearish and then we have another one right there. So there's two in a row.
And third one, the big one.
Then that would have been then we have a bullish belt hold followed by a second bullish belt hold. That's a great sign. So then if you bought there, boom, 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 boom. But then there's a spinning top right there, which is indecision. So maybe sell take some profits there. Maybe. Then, how long was that? Oh, that was just like in 3 minutes. Look at that, 10:30, 10:33. I can see now, Bobby, why you like to use the desktop version because of your trading platform, because you can't look at this very easily on your cell phone. And then that looks like a bearish belt hold, but then that's confusing because there's a bullish then followed by a bearish. And so maybe stand by a bullish and a bullish. So you can maybe then if you sold a little bit there, then you keep there, then you could buy some more right there, but sell right there with this indecision. And then that's weird. There's no signal really that this was going to drop so much.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Didn't really, at least I don't see a signal yet that would have dropped so much.
Maybe it's reached to some resistance level.
But again, like if you had purchased right here,
there is
you sold part of it here, and then you kept it, and then you sold it at the bottom right there. You still made a pretty good profit.
Yeah.
Spinning top, going, okay, I'm out. Boom. Then it collapses. Then there's a bearish belt hold, but then there's a spinning top. I'm wondering on a bullish belt hold, which you see here, I'm wondering, do we need a confirmation signal afterwards? Or that's what I need to learn more about.
Okay.
Interesting. So yeah, look, so now that's where there's a gravestone right there. So spinning, kind of like a spinning top there, sort of. Then a gravestone, but then it jumped. So I'm trying to figure out where's the signal for that. Maybe the signal was just this bullish belt hold. Maybe.
Yeah.
Then that went up, and then this was So this was a bearish signal here, but because of the long lower shadow, there was some downward pressure, so be cautious.
Mm-hmm.
And then, well, now look, oh, look at that. It's growing. How much is each one of these bars? Is it a minute? Nine, 8. Yeah, each one's a minute. You know what I realized we could do?
Mm-hmm.
Play a game here, and let's look at these and try to look at the pattern that's forming and decide what we would do. So let's decide when we're going to buy and when we're going to sell.
Mm-hmm.
So right now I see a bullish belt hold, and then this red one that's forming looks like a bearish belt hold. So for
No,
now,
it's not. We have to see the completed session, right? It's not completed, so you never know.
so we have so right now we have no money
Previous,
in the market. Let's determine when we're going to add the money, add our $100, or we're going to buy $280, one share of Microsoft.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we've got a bullish belt hold and a bearish belt hold. So that, to me, that sounds like indecision. What do you think?
Yeah, there's no confirmation.
Can we change this interval to 30 seconds? No, 1 minute.
No, 1 minute is the minimum. Yeah.
Okay, so but if we look at this general trend, it seems to be overall going up. So okay, now there's definitely not buy, because now we've got bearish belt holds.
Yeah.
Let's see. Now we've got a spinning top in the making. Nope. Now we've got a bullish belt hold. Okay, I think we're gonna buy. I would buy as soon as this one, if this stays like the way it is. Okay, so I'll buy 100 right now at 280.84.
Okay.
Let's see, 280.84. And I think why is that not price changing in real time? No, I bought it at 281.11. What?
Okay.
281.11. Okay, let's keep looking at it. We got another bearish belt hold, so I'll hold. Uh-oh. Come on. Okay, so we still have a bullish belt hold.
Yeah.
Yes. So now it's at 281.36. I wish it would show in real time what the price is. Oh, it is right over there. It was covered by the Zoom window. 281.11. Okay, now it's looking like a falling star. So
shooting star.
Shooting star. Now it's a spinning top. Now it's a doji. This is actually really good. This is really good.
Good game, yeah.
Good practice.
Mm.
Now it's a doji, which means indecision. So very much indecision.
Mhm.
Doji. Okay, bullish. So I'm gonna sell at 281.19.
Hmm.
So all right, cool. I just made an 8 cent profit
Okay.
on that. So let's see if it was good. Let's see if it goes down below 281.11, or if I realize here you could just sit here and just do this for hours and hours and just buy, sell,
Yeah.
buy, sell.
Paper trading, practice with paper trading.
All right, we've got a shooting star. We have a doji back to not a shooting star. I mean a spinning top decision. So okay, let's see.
It's a long wave candle, so confusion.
$21.20, $21.22. I realize, Bhavya, this is one thing where paper trading would actually be helpful because you can learn a lot in 1 hour.
Right.
And you do it for 1 hour and just add it up. How much money did you make? Did you make a profit, or did you make there's a hammer after a down, so, and that's going up. So that hammer is pretty good. Let me buy again at, what is it? 281.28. 281.28. Okay, and just see if this will, if we can get that higher. So if I bought that at 281.28. The question is, that hammer there, right before, is that really a hammer because there was only 2 candles of a downtrend, or not necessarily?
Not necessarily.
Yeah, so I might have been premature in buying that, that 281.28. That's indecision there. Oh. Let's see what's going to happen. 281.28. Uh-oh, we're going to end up with another shooting star. Falling star? Falling star or shooting star? What's it called? Shooting
Which
star.
one? Shooting star, yeah. But it's not, I don't say it's which one you're saying?
No, not anymore. It was before it ended. All right, good. So we have a bullish real body. Good. All right, 281.31, 281.33. I bought it 281.28. I wonder if there's a way to put like a, I guess maybe you can put, like, you draw to show where I bought it. Just but 281.28. Yeah, so we'll finish this as soon as we'll figure this out. If I could, 281.32. As soon as if I can make a quick profit here, 281. If it goes up to 33 again, I'll do the take profit. 35, boom, and sell. Cool. So how much to make? So 8 cents and 28, 20, 30, and 7 cents. So 15 cents per share of profit. So certainly, I mean, this has helped to prove to me, and maybe you guys watching as well, that these candles are helpful.
Yes.
And I've learned now it's this 1 minute. This is how you do day trading, with this 1 minute interval.
Yes.
You do the 1 minute. Is that what you use, Bhavya?
Not only this, this is one way. Another thing is like other confirmation you get from RSI, MACD, combination of that signals. Later, cover that one. Yeah.
Cover that later. I'm excited. I'm going to do more of this paper trading, and I'll open up Webull and see some of the tools maybe they have there. And very cool. Now, again, I can see why you want to have other screens.
Yeah.
Because how nice to have that Yahoo 1 minute chart on one screen, and you got your orders on another screen, and you don't need to keep switching back and forth. So
yeah, and another thing, you most of the time, you know, in a day trading, all the stocks, its trend goes same way like SPY. SPY is a major when usually traders, they keep the SPY open always, because to see the trend, if it's going down, most of the
all the other stocks are going to tank as well.
Down. Yeah, if it's going down, it's very important to watch that.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
So we're getting better and better about it.
Yes.
Great. So for those of you watching on YouTube, thanks so much. We hope you'll join us at breakdiving.io. We've got a robust cash flow and stock market trading group, and we're always discussing our different strategies and things like that. Bhavya, I haven't seen you in the stock, on that note, in the stock market or cash flow recently.
Yes.
You need to catch up. There's so much going on in there.
Yeah, I'll do that one.
And again, breakdiving.io, and click like, subscribe, share this video, and leave us a comment. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Let me stop the recording.